All right, y'all, we are back with another video, and say it ain't so. Oprah cannot stay out of the news. Like I said before, she always in the news for all the wrong reasons. I mean, you got a lot of people going after her. You got Taraji P. Henson done called her out. You got rapper 50 Cent done called her out. And like the way she just treated Taraji, not paying this woman what she is worth. Somebody like Taraji has been in the acting game for like, I know, about at least 20 years. She's been in there for a long time. And you got somebody like Oprah that don't want to pay her. And if y'all remember the whole Maui situation a couple months ago, when her and The Rock wanted us normal people to donate when both of them are already billionaires. So you asking normal people to donate when The Rock and Oprah's network together? Come on. So like I said, she's always in the news for all the wrong reasons. Now it seems like Kevin Hart sends warning shots at Katt Williams, talking about he's going to sue him. And it's really strange that why is Oprah in this picture? So she must have did something that she ain't got no business doing. Because like I said, she always in the news for all the wrong reasons. So we're going to check this out. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to everybody showing so much support. Everybody been leaving positive comments in the comments section. And I want to thank everybody who clicked on the video for the very first time. And shout out to the ones that always watches the entire video. I really, really appreciate it. Like I said, hit that like button for me. Without further ado, let's dive straight to it, y'all. Let's go.
In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. For a 5-year period, every single movie that Kevin Hart did was a movie that had been on my desk, that all I had said was, just, can we take some of this step and fetch it out?
Now we all know that Katt Williams has been exposing all the dirty laundry of Hollywood. And one of the celebs that Katt has had something to spill about is Kevin Hart. This came after Kevin blasted Katt a few years ago for allowing his addiction to ruin his career by blaming everybody but himself for his failures. Well, it looks like Katt is finally ready to clap back from those allegations because he just did an explosive tell-all interview with Shannon Sharp, where he accused Kevin of selling his soul and integrity for fame and claimed Kevin was even made to do the humiliation ritual by cosplaying as a gay man. Now, this ain't the first time Katt has dragged Kevin for being power hungry and selling his soul to get to where he is today. But this time, oh, he didn't hold nothing back and flat out exposed all the sick and twisted things that Kevin has done over the years to get fame and power. Oh, but now Kevin is sick and tired of Katt coming after him all the time, and he's clapping back in the most savage way possible, planning to sue him for defamation. I mean, child, 2024 just started, and it looks like it's already gonna be a real long year for Kevin, cause Katt read him for filth in that interview.
All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is, TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
Now, in case you somehow missed out on all the drama these past couple of days, Katt Williams pretty much set the whole internet on fire during a 3-hour-long interview with Shannon Sharp. When this interview was initially announced, a lot of people thought Katt was just gonna be his usual goofy self and probably spend the whole time cracking jokes. But baby, did he do the complete opposite. He exposed the entire industry's dirty laundry, and it got a lot of people scrambling to respond to him. However, what really got folks' attention was when Katt called Kevin out for being power hungry. And baby, this had people gagged, because this ain't the first time Katt has shamed Kevin for selling his soul for fame. In fact, he first called him out a couple years ago when he blasted Kevin for pretending to be gay in an SNL skit. See, back in the early 2000s, there was a lot of talk about black men being forced to wear dresses and wigs as a part of some rite of passage to make it in Hollywood. Dave Chappelle fueled these rumors during an interview with Oprah Winfrey in 2006, where he spilled the tea about the time the producers of a movie he was doing with Martin Lawrence tried to get him to wear a dress against his will.
I mean, I'm a conspiracy theorist to a degree. Like, when I connect dots that maybe shouldn't be connected, I don't know. But certain dots, like when I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, wow, these brothers gotta wear a dress. This happened to me. I'm doing a movie with Martin.
Yeah.
The movie's going good. So I walk in the trailer. I'm like, man, this must be the wrong trailer because there's a dress in here. They come in. The writer comes in. I think he's the writer. He's like, Dave, listen, we got this hilarious scene where Martin's sneaking out of jail. So he disguises you as a prostitute. And he put this dress on. And, what? A prostitute? Nah, I'm not doing that. I don't feel comfortable with that. That should have been in the discussion. What? You don't feel comfortable with it? I mean, it's a hilarious bit. All the greats have done it. So, well, if all the greats have done it, it's kind of hacky, right? You're right. So why don't we just not do it? Because I don't feel comfortable wearing a dress. Oh, come on, Dave, listen, we got it all set up. We were supposed to shoot. Every minute you waste costs this much money. You know, the pressure comes in. He said, I'm not wearing no dress, man. I'm funnier than a dress. Just give me something funny to say. I don't need to wear no dress to be funny. What am I, Milton Berle? You know, we're going like this. And then finally he's like, and he leaves. And then, like, the director comes, Dave, it really would be great if you wear the dress.
But this is where things get even more interesting, because Dave said the producers had another script ready, just in case they weren't successful in getting him to put the dress on and cosplay as a woman.
But the minute it was clear, I was adamant, I'm not wearing the dress. I'm not wearing the dress. All right, fine. Think of something else. Guy comes back 10 minutes later, the whole new scene. Hot damn, how did you write the scene so fast?
And this interview really had people shook at the time, and other celebrities started to get asked what their thoughts were on Dave's comments during the interview. And of course, one of those celebrities was Kevin Hart. Kevin initially tried to laugh it off, but still made it crystal clear that he would never let go of his morals to put a dress on.
Another great comedian said that, you know, in the industry, they tried to make him wear a dress. Have you ever ran into that with scripts and is that something that, you know, you wouldn't do, you know, for
I definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress. I mean, you know, you have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross. You know, for me, I know what they are. They've yet to been challenged, so, you know, I don't have to speak on them. I was asked to dribble a basketball on the talk show this morning.
You look good no to
that. Not that was a dress, but I was like, no, I'm gonna look stupid. You know, at the end of the day, you got to know that you're a brand. I'm a brand. You need to protect your brand at all times. When things happen that can possibly affect your brand, your brand can be diminished, and you don't want that to happen. So, you know, protecting my brand is definitely a priority.
Not too long after this interview, Kevin shamelessly popped out in an SNL skit wearing a dress and a wig. Now, there's a real high chance he was never against wearing that dress in the first place, and that this was probably within his limits. But a lot of people felt like he did it to please the higher-ups in the industry, because he wanted more fame and power. Now, Kevin ain't no struggling actor or nothing like that. He was doing pretty good for himself. But after this SNL skit, his career jumped to a whole new level, and he was being put in even bigger movies. However, the backlash he was receiving from his fans got so bad that he had to jump to Twitter to shut everybody up. He said, I wore a dress on SNL because I thought it was funny. I made that decision. Nobody made it for me. I am my own boss. Katt was later asked what his thoughts were on Kevin wearing a dress, and he said it wasn't Kevin's fault that he wore the dress because he was just a part of a long lineage of black men being made to wear a dress in order to transition to that next level of fame. Kevin was just doing what he needed to do to make it in Hollywood.
At the end of the day, Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress-wearing people before him. So now we had Big Mama's house 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
I've never seen Medea in a pantsuit. I think she wears dresses. So now I'm saying, why are we picking on poor little Kevin Hart? Because it was his turn next.
Okay.
But see, there's been a theory going around for a while now that Kevin is just an industry plant who was...
See, that right there is crazy. Like, that's why I said Hollywood is just so weird. They want to force you to wear dresses, and then you got Katt Williams saying, hey, he come from a long line of it. You see the Medeas, you see, like, the Eddie Murphys, and Nutty Professor. I mean, like, Tyler Perry, like... And then he like saying, hey, it was Kevin Hart turn next. But, man, like, I just don't get the point, like, why is he trying to sue Katt Williams? I mean, people try to express their opinion. I don't think it was defamation or anything like that. Katt Williams was just, hey, look, they've been talking about me all these years, and now I'm about to strike back. And when I strike back, I'm going to strike back. And when he went on Shannon Sharp's show, Club Shay Shay, Katt Williams went off on everybody. Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, Ricky Smiley, I mean, you name it. He went off on all of them, and he did not hold back at all. I didn't hold back at all. I mean, straight just went off. But let's go ahead and get straight back to it, though.
Was pushed into the industry to replace Katt. These rumors got even worse after the whole SNL skit, because while Kevin's success in Hollywood was going through the roof, the media started to slander Katt's reputation with allegations of him being an addict, which he later addressed in an explosive rant back in 2016.
You're the reason I don't do Big Tigger.
And that's another thing I just thought about. How is Kevin Hart gonna sue Katt Williams when Kevin Hart went up on he went on one of them shows, and then he called Katt Williams a drug addict and all type of stuff. So if you're gonna call this man names and then he call you names, I'm like, how is you gonna sue him? Like, that right there is just weird to me. So I don't know how that's gonna work.
It's because I had a tumor in my upper jaw and they had to take it out. And they had to block the whole right of my sinus with a piece of metal. So ever since I got out the Marine Corps, I can only breathe out of one nostril, boy. I get my blood tested every 3 months for the last 15 years. All narcotic tests have come up 0.00%. I'm 44 years old, little Tigger. You look up my rap sheet. I have never had a DUI or a possession of anything, not even the I do every day.
Woo.
See, when you real, you can tell the truth about anything or anybody.
After this, Katt took a break from social media and returned in 2018 with even more things to say, and accused Tiffany Haddish for also being a power-hungry slave and an industry plant.
46 female black comedians that I know personally that I put on tour who have a hard time getting a chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A after they headline 7 shows at a club for $2,500 a week.
But people like real, and that's why they like her.
Is that what they like?
They love realness.
Oh, because everybody's real then. So don't trip.
No.
Is they so ghetto? When did that become marketable? Knock it off. They like her because she want to sleep with a white man. That's why the only thing she said was, I want to give it to Brad Pitt.
Now, even though Katt didn't mention Kevin in that interview, Kevin was triggered, and he decided to go in on Katt when he and Tiffany appeared as guests on The Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club.
He called Katt a failure and said the reason that Katt ain't where he needs to be in his career is because he chose to be a crackhead instead of...
See, that's what I was talking about, how he was talking about Katt Williams being a crackhead. So I'm like, how is you going to sue him for slander if you was doing the same thing? Just don't make sense.
Focusing on his career.
My frustration with Katt Williams comes from, you keep pointing at Hollywood. Hollywood this, the white man, this, and this. When do you take responsibility for your actions? You had the shot.
Katt was in that position at one point.
You were the guy.
Yeah.
You were set up to be the star. You didn't show up to work. You promo shoots. You off your promo trips that they had set up for you. You became a risk to the studios, which is why the studios stopped with you.
Why was he a risk?
He chose.
Oh, okay.
Take responsibility for what you chose and say, you know what? I got to fix me and I'm going to come back and I'm going to stand up for comedy. So when you say Tiffany Haddish doesn't deserve or isn't really a comedian and these other women have worked hard, which they have. Shouts out to Melanie Camacho. Shouts out to Lunel. Shouts out to Leslie Jones, who are all underneath the umbrella of Katt Williams. Katt Williams, have you ever used your platform to fucking bring the people that were under you up? You haven't. So because you haven't, don't shit on those that now are. I've used my platform and I've brought my guys and girls up. The brand of Kevin Hart is a brand that's expanded so fucking far, whether you like me or not. My presence in comedy will forever be felt because I'm a fucking boss. I sit on the top of it, and the opportunities I'm giving are the ones that I'm creating. So take responsibility for what you did. You. Nobody else did. You don't hear Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, the Kings of Comedy, Seinfeld. You don't hear George Lopez, Eddie Griffin. You don't hear who else can I go down the road of other comedians? Steve Martin, Martin Short. You don't hear the guys that got on top and that made it by doing what they love complain about the people that are coming under them. The reason why is because they're happy with themselves. Don't blame everybody else for your shit. Don't shit on my sister Light because you're not happy with your shit. This shit earned, it's not given.
But Katt did not let the crackhead allegations slide.
See, Katt Williams wasn't finna let all that right there slide, and that's the reason why I say when he went on Club Shay Shay, he aired everybody out, and that's the reason why I think that video or that interview on Club Shay Shay is around about 48 million views right now. It's doing crazy numbers, and he straight went off on everybody.
And he hopped on IG to call Kevin out for making up lies about him.
Why he wasn't there and off making 85 million, I was over here not making 85 million. But it's all good. I don't mind $1 million a month and keeping my soul. And as long as Richard Pryor was able to be the king of comedy and a crackhead, they gonna continue to say maybe I am. But again, I urge you, if there's a drug you can do that'll get you Katt Williams level, you should OD on it tonight.
After this whole back and forth, Katt went MIA on social media until a few days ago when Katt exposed Kevin for selling his soul for power and fame. According to Katt, Kevin cut a deal with some elites in the industry to help him launch his career in Hollywood.
Tiffany was only seen at the Laugh Factory. In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. He already had his deals when he got here. Have we heard of a comedian that came to LA and in his first year in LA, he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading? No, we've never heard of that before that person or since that person. What do you think a plant is?
Whoa.
Maybe people don't understand the definitions of these words.
Boy, they are firing shots at each other. And I always came to the conclusion, I was like, man, I would love to see Kevin Hart and Katt Williams do a movie together. It would be hilarious to see both of them in a movie together. I don't know if we'll ever get it because they don't like each other. Katt even went as far as said that it's been 25 years and him and Kevin Hart has never been in the same room together. Like they have never been eye to eye with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like in the same vicinity, however you say it. But they ain't never just been around each other, and it's been 25 years. That's crazy.
He just did his documentary with Chris Rock where he shows you that his whole upbringing in comedy was on the East Coast.
Yeah, it was.
So how simultaneously was he here in Los Angeles doing the same thing? It didn't happen. It didn't happen. And I hate to seem like a petty individual for picking apart lies.
So Katt was basically putting it all out there, that he believes there's no way Kevin could have been able to climb up in Hollywood so fast without the help of the white elites fueling his career.
These people are not powerful. Satan can't create anything. That includes blessings for his people. That's why, you know what the number one job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is?
What?
Is to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job. Why do you think Gary Owen can't cross over and he already white and been in comedy for 25 years?
He also made it clear that unlike Kevin, he's never accepted any checks from the higher-ups in the industry to keep quiet about certain issues.
And this is why when I walk in a room, heads go down.
Oh.
Behind my back, I'm nothing. I'm just a regular old comedian that's bitter and jealous. But in my face, no, no, no. The king has walked in and they have to respect it only because I've not taken the shortcuts. I've not been funded. They pay you to not talk about things they don't want you to talk about. They tell you that themselves.
Katt then recalled the time where he was blackballed because he refused to do a scene of him being SA'd in the movie Friday After Next. Apparently, the producers thought the scene would be funny, but Katt did not see how somebody getting SA'd could possibly be funny, so he refused to do it. After they wrapped up filming the movie, Katt was blacklisted, and every movie he was supposed to be starring in was given to Kevin, because Kevin was willing to do whatever they asked him to do without anything being changed.
The truth of the matter is, the Money Mike in the original script got in the bathroom, and that's what Ricky Smiley was okay with. Katt Williams had to take the risk in front of the studios and the cast and our powers that be in his very first movie and say respectfully, humbly, guys, if we're talking about anything else, I have no credibility and I have no pull. But we're talking about comedy, right, where I have all the credibility and all the pull. The problem with Friday After Next is we're trying to make a classic comedy. And this comedy involves and is never funny, no matter who it happens to or what the circumstances are. If you would allow me to allow us to do this movie without a black man getting in it, I promise you that it will be twice as funny as it would be with him getting raped. So considering that's the real story, why would you bring up that story? For a 5-year period, every single movie that Kevin Hart did was a movie that had been on my desk, that all I had said was, just, can we take some of this step and fetch it out, and then I can do it? Like, it don't need to be overtly homosexual, because I'm not homosexual, right? It doesn't need that to be funny, right? And me saying that and them going, oh yeah, no problem, and then going to give it to this other guy and having him do it just like it was, and acting like I'm a bad person because I keep standing on my standard. But yeah, it's interesting. But
it's crazy, man, that Hollywood be trying to convince you to just do everything, trying to do stuff that you don't want to do. Don't know if, like he said, he don't want to play in those type of scenes where it goes overboard. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? And Katt Williams is the one that kind of stands up and say, hey, we can do this movie, but I'm not doing all this extra stuff to make it seem like I'm like this, and when I'm not wearing a dress. I'm not doing it. But that's why we call Hollywood Hollyweird, because it's weird. They in this just for them. They get all the money and they want to be the one behind the camera, and you the one out there wearing a dress. You the one out there acting like you getting something did to you. And a lot of comedians ain't gonna go for that. So all the movies that Kevin Hart did, Katt Williams had it first, but he wasn't finna do the extra stuff in it. And I totally get it. Some people don't care. Some people just still do it because they want the money. But some people stand on square. They got morals. They just not finna do that. You know. So I get where Katt coming from.
The world.
Now, Kevin didn't directly respond to the allegations that Katt made against him, but he made Katt very aware that he wanted all the smoke by seemingly sending him a very strong warning. He trolled Katt's interview during his commentary on the New York Knicks versus Philadelphia game, when he made a few sarcastic and corny jokes about Katt buying the Knicks and dropping them off at the game.
Another fun fact about the New York Knicks, I don't know if you guys noticed, but Katt Williams bought the Knicks.
He definitely bought it.
He bought the Knicks, and it's rumored that he took the Knicks back, returned them with a receipt.
Yeah, you could do that. You didn't know.
Katt dropped them off.
Oh, wow. Katt just dropped him.
He gave him a ride.
In a spaceship. Okay. In a spaceship. Copy that. spaceship that he parallel parked.
Known fact, Katt Williams has a NBA basketball court in his living room. He's the first to ever really.
Oh yeah.
He's the first to embrace a true hardwood floor.
Yeah.
He bought it in his home.
And several social media outlets are reporting that Kevin is planning to sue Katt because this has dragged on for so long, with Katt coming after him constantly all these years. Now, as usual, folks had a lot to say about this mess, like this person who said, "I've actually always believed that Kevin Hart was a Katt Williams replacement. I think it was right around when Katt had some sort of issues, when he was up and coming, and Hart came out of nowhere." Another person said, "It's absolutely true. I remember Kevin Hart having a small role in Scary Movie 3, then all of a sudden being huge, which I never understood because I used to try to watch his content and it just wasn't funny. I used to wonder what was wrong with the people going to his shows. But now I want to know your thoughts. Do y'all really think Kevin sold?"
Wow. That was a pretty long one there, man. But we just seen like some stuff in there about Oprah. I mean, at this point, we just don't trust Oprah Winfrey at all. We just don't trust her. Like a lot of the stuff that she says, she's not paying actors. And then of course, you know, we got Kevin Hart and Katt Williams. Like I said, I had always wished that they'll work it out because I would love to see both of them up in the movies. But at the same time, I'm not going to lie, I didn't like them jokes from Kevin Hart, like what he was doing on the couch. I didn't like those jokes at all. But you got to look at it. Katt Williams had a reason to just really come out and just go off on everybody because people been coming on shows for years talking about this man, saying he's doing this, he's doing that when he's not. And then when he finally got a chance to use his voice on a big platform like Club Shay Shay, he went off, and he, like I said before, he did not hold back. Y'all let me know in the comment section, do y'all think Kevin Hart is going to sue Katt Williams? I really don't see that happening because if you look at it, they both been talking crap about each other, so how one going to sue the other? So it just don't make sense. I don't know if Kevin Hart is going to do that or not, but y'all let me know in the comment section. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.